Hey, Cowboys Nation, this Cowboys abroad. Let's get into some football talk. Looks like this is the Eagles. This is the Eagles hate week. It is a quiet Eagles hate week. Why? Mostly because one, we got some lows, we got some issues that we gotta feel and get ready for this game, and we ain't got time. We ain't got time to be hating anybody. We gotta look at our own wheelhouse. Fix our own fix our own issues. And so we're busy this week. We ain't really got time to get into, the hating and all that hitting and all that kind of stuff. The second thing is, I think that the reason why I haven't really seen a lot of hate coming from the Eagles is because they figure they already won this game. We not been playing good football, and they have taken for granted that they're going to win. And so they are not even bothering. They're not even bothering the Rivers anymore. They kind of they are kind of just leaving us to be because they don't respect us as an opponent. And that's all fun and well. I really don't have time for that. What I really want to talk about, is the revamp. The Cowboys on the move. We revamping things, and we clean some things out, clean some folks out. And I couldn't be happier, that we got started, man, with showing some people to the dope, like Pope, and showing Worley to the dope, man, because he was an open dope, just letting them street run everywhere, all up and down the field, and all across the middle, everywhere, and so I'm just glad to see these people leave the building. Griffin, I think, is a good player, just starting to come into the zone, but our scheme just wasn't working out for him, and, you had to throw him out to the Lions, and that's okay. I ain't mad about that. I ain't mad about that either. We're fortunate time works out. We get ready back. We have Darius Armstrong that can take some rotation there. The young kid, the new guy we got, Randy Knock, can get some snaps. And then we also got, and then, we'll be okay. We'll be okay in that particular department. Defense is starting to shape up. Next thing, what I think we need to do next. Well, what I think we need to do next is I think we need to put, if he ain't already there, which I think I kind of seen him there last week, but we need to put Crawford on the bench. Tyron Crawford goes on the bench, and Jordan Lewis, we need to demote Jordan Lewis. Wuze should be back. If Wuze is back, of course he's probably ready to play a full game right now, and so we're gonna need Jordan Lewis to play some snaps, but I would certainly put a Wuze out there, let him get some snaps, get his speed underneath him, get reacclimated to the game. And once he's reacclimated to the game, then to the bench, Jordan Lewis go. He's been blowing a lot of coverage lately, out of position and that kind of stuff. And we just can't have that. And with a Wuze, we ride with a Wuze, Diggs, and Anthony Brown in the cornerback spot. In the safety position, we ride with Donovan Wilson, we ride with Xavier Woods. Personally, I still want to upgrade at the safety position, but since Jerry not going to give me one, we ride with those two, and away we go. On the interior line, now we've shown old Terry Poe to the door. We throw Gallimore up in there. We put Gallimore up in there, Justin Hamilton on the line, and then let our other guys get some rotation time there, and we'll be fine there at the interior line. I'm interested to know what that big dude coming out of Missouri, Palmer, got. I'm wondering if he gonna hit the 53 and come up and get some snaps. I'm looking at that. I got my eye on it. But if not, we'll be fine there. And on the outside edges, you got D-Law, you got Darius Armstrong, you'll be okay. You got Alden Smith. Now, in my world, it will be my D line will be my starting lineup. I would look at DeMarcus Lawrence, Gallimore, Justin Hamilton, and Alden Smith would be my starting lineup. And of course, I would rotate in Gregory, let him get some more snaps, and and continue to get his feel for the game, and see how all that works out. My starting linebackers would be LVE and Justin and LVE and Joe Thomas. Those would be my starting linebackers. And I would rotate Jalen in on some blitz packages and stuff like that. But I would have Joe Thomas. Start. That's just me. And so that would be kind of what the defense would look like in my estimation. Why is that? Well, the way I see it is, Jalen Smith is giving a lot of effort. He's playing hard out there. Giving it all he got. I feel like he's giving 100% effort. Unfortunately for him, he's missing a lot of assignments. Missing a lot of gap assignments. He's getting late to the ball, getting constantly getting trapped inside. He makes a lot of he hustles and makes a lot of tackles. If a guy get past him, he runs him down. I don't have a problem with his effort at all, but I do have an issue with him getting trapped in the inside, kept blowing lane assignments, and we getting gassed in the running department because of it. There's been several run responsibilities that would have been Jalen's that he just simply missed, and so I would try to capitalize on some of his speed, some of his ability to get through the QB, his ability to blitz. I would use him to give guys some rest, and so people stay fresh and fly around. As far as being the every down premier starter, need a guy that can do a little bit better coverage, especially run coverage. As a linebacker, that's where you make your money, shutting down the run. And we're just not doing that. And Dallas Smith had a great game against the Giants, but the rest of the games I haven't really seen great play out of Dallas. Seen a lot of hustles, a lot of tackles, always around the ball, but I've also seen a lot of mistakes. For that reason, I would look at a different direction in that department. I'm not saying bench Jalen. I'm saying change his role, decrease some of his responsibilities. He have more energy. To give you, to fly around and make those impact plays that you want. Put that pressure that you want. He's the pressure guy for me, because he's definitely going away from being a coverage guy. Now, you put Sean Lee on the field, maybe that changes, because Sean Lee, he is very good at identifying weak spots and coverages, making sure guys get to the right place. He's a field general. That's why they call him the general. And so, if Sean Lee comes back and gets out on the field, I think it would help out Jalen tremendously. But on his own, not there. Now on the offensive side of the ball, for me, I don't really see a lot of time. Man, to hold the ball, throw, get downfield, that kind of stuff. And so you gotta have some design schemes, to get guys open on short mid-range passes and things like that. And you gotta figure out a way to run the ball, even if that means you run it by passing it. Well, what do I mean? Those little short passes. Green Bay does it quite well, which is those little short passes, let guys get out of space, make plays. You get them out on the edge, give them a little dump passes, that type of stuff. You know, with suspects, whole line blocking, it's going to be very difficult to run up into the defense. Now, as far as the O-line is concerned, we did get some help. You know, it's good to have Zach Martin back in the lineup. You know, I'm excited about him coming back. Joe Looney, may be back, may not be back. And the thing about Joe Looney is, I'm glad to have him back. He's 100%. If he's 100%, I think he's probably the next best guard we got. If he's 100%, but if he's not 100%, then I think we got to roll. With McGovern. He's not one of those guys. Joe Looney is not one of those guys where I'll take 80% of this guy, 70% of this guy. He's an average. He's an average lineman. Average lineman works hard to get the job done. Not an elite guy. And so he need to be 100%. He need to be 100% to compete. If he ain't at 100%, we need to go with a healthy guy. So if Joe Looney is back, then I look for the lineup to look something like Zach Martin, Joe Looney at guard, just something like Zach Martin and Callum Williams, of course, Zach Williams, Callum Williams, and then you got I'm having a brain fart here. What the hell's wrong with me? I'm looking at Beard-Ass, McGovern, Williams, Irvin, and Martin. As the starters. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Once again, that's Beard-Ass, McGovern, Williams, Irvin, and Martin. Now, Joe Looney is healthy. It'll be interesting to see whether or not he gets that job, gets the position that McGovern has currently at the guard position. But that's what I would look at. And I don't see a scenario. where I would put Turns still on the field. Even if that man I had to move Zach Martin to tackle. Still move Zach Martin to tackle. Have Joe Looney and McGovern play guard. And I just wouldn't have Turns still on my roster. In that spot. He's sometimes you need him as an emergency. He is on the roster. He give you what he can. He battles. But he's at a certain point in his development, and that point is something less than fully developed. So he's not fully developed yet. So I wouldn't have him out there unless I had absolutely no choice. The Cowboys have been in a position this year, unfortunately, where we had no choice. We had 7 or 8 linemen out at one point in time. We had no choice. But now we have a choice. So there's that. Anyway, I think I talked about it long enough. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking me out. The revamp of the Cowboys, at least gives me some hope. So I'm looking forward to the second half, of the season, and hopefully you too. Find some glimmer of hope that maybe some of these changes are just what we need to get on the right side of things. This Cowboys Bride. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking me out. I'm out.